Hello everyone, welcome back. Severed is here, coming back with part 9 of What If Deku had the devil footprints. Now, where we last left off, Izuku has gone on a date with his girlfriend, or supposed to be, Rose. In the end, Rose tried to eat him like every other girl that Izuku met in his life, of course. And in the end, she, told Izuku that she's actually a villain and she is a ghoul, basically. After using her Kagane and fighting against Izuku for a couple of minutes, Hawks come from nowhere and start fighting against her too. In the end, Izuku and Hawks manage to defeat her and hunt her down, and sending her into Tartarus prison as Izuku and Hawks continue to fly away in the city, just looking how the city is beautiful. And right now they standing on the top of a building that's so high. And after that, Izuku asking a question for Hawks, telling him what his real name. Hawks, being the good guy he is, and looking at Izuku more like a friend than just a kid, he told him that his real name is Takami Keigo. As when Izuku hearing this name, he immediately getting nervous and he hear a sound in his head said, "He's the one that killed your mother. Takami Keigo. He's the only one that left to ask. We already saw Inji Todoroki, and he not the one that killed her. And not even Chisaki Kai. He's the one that did it." As Hawk smiling at Izuku and said, "Well, that's my real name, Izuku. So, what do you want?" But before he continue, Izuku immediately kick Hawks in his face, throwing him away as he just flying at him. So angry, such an angry look on his face as Hawks getting hold of himself and throw some feathers on Izuku while he's just flying. Izuku immediately just literally spin around and start throwing flames at the feathers, burning them. And since Hawk's feathers are very weak to fire, that is no problem to Izuku, as he immediately got on Hawks and got hold of his jacket and immediately pushed him into the ground as he just smashed Hawks into the ground and making a crater under him. As Izuku screaming in his face said, "Why did you do it? Why did you do it?" As Hawk said, What are you talking about?" As immediately Izuku jump in the air and go to throw a kick at Hawks. Hawks immediately using his wings just fly backward and standing in front of Izuku as he create two blades of feathers and stand in front of Izuku while Izuku's just smiling at him. Hawk said, "Midoriya, what's wrong? What are you talking about? You are the one that did it, right? You are the reason for everything that's happening to me. You are the one." As after that, Hawk said, "What is he talking about?" As immediately Izuku fly on Hawks and start kicking him, while Hawks is trying to slash Izuku. Izuku going and stand on his hands as he starts spinning around, throwing kicks on Hawks, not letting him giving him any chance to fight, because he know exactly what Hawks will gonna do if he got the time to fight. As while he just kicking Hawks, he continues saying, "You are the one that killed her. You're the one that ruined my life. Everything is all because of you. You are the one." As immediately he kicked Hawks in his stomach and throwing a beam of flames at Hawks' stomach, throwing him away. Hawks using his wings start flying up in the sky and start throwing some feathers on Izuku to try defeat him from far away, because if he got closer he will gonna just get burned. In the end, Izuku start flying after him while Hawk said, "What are you talking about, Midori? I don't know what you're saying." As Izuku said, "Don't lie to me! I'm bored of people lying to me! Don't lie to me!" And after that, he immediately jumped even higher than Hawks, as he immediately start going down at him and to try kicking him. But of course, Hawks being the number 3 here will not gonna go that easily, as he immediately throw a couple of feathers on Izuku's leg, changing his direction to throw him on a nearby river, because they are, close to the park. As Izuku, being sent inside the river by Hawk's feathers, Izuku just get out of the river, flying back at Hawks and throwing a punch on his face. Hawks wasn't even expecting that much speed of Izuku as he being smashed in his face and his nose start to bleed. And after that, Izuku going at him, throwing more punches and kicks while Hawks trying to defend him while he's saying, Izuku, please tell me what is happening with you. Now, you are happening with me. You are the reason for everything that I've been going through. And you will gonna pay for it. As immediately he kicked Hawks, throwing him back into the ground as Izuku flying at him, not giving him any time, immediately burning a lots of his feathers, making Hawks unable to fly, but Hawks being the smart ass that he is, making some of his feathers leaving his wings to hiding the feathers somewhere for the extra, for a time when his other feathers will gonna burn. As Izuku has burned all the feathers that Hawks left to for Izuku to burn so he can convince him that he can't fly anymore. And after that, Izuku immediately got hold of Hawks and throw him on a wall, on one of the walls of the buildings, immediately putting his legs on his chest and said, "Tell me, did you really do it? Did you really kill her?" As he just so nervous looking at Hawks. Hawks said, "What are you talking about, Midoriya? What do you talking about?" As Izuku said, "Don't lie to me. You are the reason for her death. For my mother death. You are the one that did this, right?" As Hawk's eyes widening and immediately tried to deny, saying, "What are you talking about, Izuku? I don't understand what you..." But immediately Izuku hearing a sound from behind saying, "Don't lie, bird boy. You are the one that did it. Just confessed already. I have the informations here, so if you will not gonna say the truth, I'm just gonna show everything to Izuku." As after that, Izuku spin around, he see none other than Joker. As the Joker, Izuku said, "Joker, what are you doing here?" "Isn't it obvious? I'm trying to help my friend." "So, Hawks, can you tell me why did you do it?" As Hawks said, "Joker, what are you doing with Joker, Izuku? He's a dangerous man." "Oh, really? I am dangerous?" "Well, I'm thinking that Izuku will gonna like the dangerous person more than the one that killed his own mother, and throw it on him, making all the people calling him a demon." "Izuku, don't trust him. He's trying to manipulate you." "Well, if he's really trying to manipulate me, why don't you tell me the truth before he do?" As Hawks taking a deep breath and said, "Alright, Izuku, I'm gonna tell you." As Izuku getting even more nervous, seeing that Hawks is actually gonna confess or telling the truth, as Hawks continues saying, "From a long time ago, when your mother and father were still so young and they didn't even have you yet, your mother were in her, like, first month of while she were pregnant with you. She and Hisashi gone into a mall. Everything was good, and everything was normal until the fight begins. The fight between All Might and All for One. That fight destroyed the whole place, turning it into a pile of rubbles everywhere. Your father being crushed under one of the rubbles that fall on his head, killing him instantly. Your mother tried to run away, but she couldn't as she being stuck under a rubble. After that, while All Might and All for One were fighting, All for One seeing your mother, he got ready and throw such a strong punch at her. All Might jump in front of her and throw a punch on All for One head, which making All for One hit him by the side of his stomach. And All Might managed to hit him in his face, burning his face from the massive heat and also the massive air pressure that coming out of his hand. In the end, All for One ran away while All Might has turned into his little skinny form, which is a little form that he always go to when he's so injured, because of that injury that got from All for One. After that, while he still have some power left, he helped Mother Inko to lift the rubble off of her, and after that, she, thanked All Might and take him into the hospital, or at least someone to heal him, as she helped him about that. In the end, the Public Safety Commission and the Hero Safety Commission, both of them has come into Inko, telling her to forget what she saw and to never talk about it. And she were one of the most non-existent people that know about the truth of All Might injury. In the end, after another 8 months of being pregnant with you, she got you into the world, and after a couple 4 years, you finally come into your normal age when you were 4 years old, and the devil flame incident happened. And that time I was already being sent by missions from the Hero Safety Commission and the Public Safety Commission to keep the balance, to keep the people safe in Japan, as one of my missions were to kill your mother. She were one of the few people that know the truth about All for One, which is we will always trying to make this world forget about him, and she always were knowing about all my secret, which making her such a dangerous person if she gone into villainy or a villain got hold of her, or even got hold of you and force her to tell the truth about All Might. So, as a safety, as a some sort of a keeping the world safe, I've been sent to kill her. In that time, I really didn't know that she had you as her son. After that, while I was just standing out of your apartment, the building started to burst into flames. I got in as I see your mother were trying to get you out of the rubbles that was right now above you. You were unconscious, but I was seeing her there and she told me, "Please help me, he will die." I couldn't believe that, but just like I always do, I always accomplish my mission, so mission come first, and I immediately throw my feathers on her, slashing her body into the point of I were able to slash through her bones, even killing her immediately, leaving her body to burn with the flames that were surrounding her, so I will not have to worry about someone thinking it was me. But I of course helped you, covered you with some feathers, and got you out of there. In the end, you've been just sent into a little orphanage for people to take care of you. But since the Public Safety Commission were knowing that you were the son of Incomodoria, they decided to give you a family as their way of saying sorry to you. And that when William Snow and his wife, Nico, has come into play, the Public Safety Commission sent them to you so they can become your family, new family. And I've been just putting around of you to keep you under control, to make sure that you doesn't go into villainy or something like that. While William Snow and Neko Snow also are trying to always encourage you to become a hero, so the Hero Safety Commission will be able to use someone as strong as you with the power flames of yours. Well, that's the story, Izuku. I'm sorry. As Izuku hearing all of these informations, his smile is getting even bigger than before. He can't even know if he can stop smiling anymore. As Joker said, "Well, well, well. Looks like the little chicken boy is the reason for your mother death." Well, at least we can take one kill out of your kill count, making your kill count go down from 33 into just 32. Congratulations, Izuku. That's such a big, big step forward. As Izuku, just looking at Hawks and said, "Why? Why? Why? Why?" As he immediately kick Hawks in his head, throwing him away. And after that, Izuku jumped at him and said, "Why did you do it?" as he kicked him immediately in his stomach, throwing him into the sky. Hawks retrieving what's left of his feathers, putting it inside his wings, which making him able to fly again. And Izuku immediately go at him, said, "Why can't you just left me? Why didn't you just left me?" as he immediately kicked Hawks even further into the sky, and immediately continues saying, "I was happy with my life. I really loved my mother, and you took her from me," as he immediately go even farther than Hawks, as he just go down at him and kick him in his back, sending him into the ground. As Hawks right now into the ground, while Joker's just watching everything, clapping. Izuku jump in front of him, and while he's still smiling, saying, "Why? Why didn't you just left me?" So funny indeed. As Hawks looking at Izuku, seeing a big smile wide open. While he's just looking at Izuku smiling, Izuku right now in his mind space, just looking around smiling as he see a flame surrounding him, and after that he look in front of him, he see Pyro, as Pyro said, well, someone has finally found out about the truth, huh?" "Yeah, I finally found out about the truth. I finally found out the one that killed my mother was a hero, and I'm trying to become a hero. What a stupid idiot I am. If the heroes will gonna be sent after people mothers just to kill them, then I don't want to be a hero anymore. Instead, I want to be a devil." And after that, Pyro starts laughing, chuckling to himself, saying, "Well then, how about you use the flames of a devil?" As after that, the flames that surrounding Izuku, covering him as the color of his flames turn from orange and red into basically black and white. As right now Izuku in the real world, the flames start surrounding him as Hawks just standing up getting ready to fight, seeing Izuku flames turn from the orange color into black. His flames that were once being fueled by the energy and such a determination and the good character that Izuku always had, now being fueled by anger, hatred, and happiness at the same time. Anger for the heroes, hatred for Hawks, and happiness for finally finding about the truth, and finally accepting the side of the devil. As immediately Izuku just tilted his head into the left side a little bit, saying, Hawks, my old pal, so, what do you want to do now? Are you gonna run away?" As Hawks getting ready, saying, "Heroes never run away." Hero, you are a hero. Right, a hero that killed someone, mother. Didn't you ever felt for me? Didn't you ever thought how I feel when everyone calling me a devil? When they look at me, telling me that I am a dirty mother killer, telling me that I am just a monster, while always the monster that I know is you. As immediately he fly at Hawks with a full speed, even faster than before, as he immediately spin around and said, "Devil flames!" as he immediately throw a slash with his leg at Hawks. Hawks just goes down, just holding his head and crouch as the black flames that Izuku sent from his leg hitting a building, chopping the building literally into two halves, which is making the building start to fall on Hawks, as Hawks immediately start to fly away. But he suddenly realized that he doesn't even have enough feathers to save everyone inside the buildings, As Izuku said, who are you gonna save, yourself or them? As Hawks, just sit on the building and start using all of his feathers to save as much as people. As he saved the youngest, of course, the kids and everything, as Izuku standing behind of him, whispering to his ear saying, hey, you maybe want to save that kid there. As immediately Hawks just spin around and go to slash Izuku, but Izuku just jump above his head and immediately kick him in his back of his head, throwing him away. As after that, Izuku gone into the street again as he see in front of him Hawks, and after that, he see, hearing on the left side a sound of a kid just crying. As Izuku looking left, he see a kid crying and his eyes filled with tears saying, I want my mom, where's my mom? As Izuku just smiling at him with his red and black eyes. As he said, oh, you want your mom? I'm sure that she right now has already been killed by a hero, don't you think? As the kid said, no, she can't die. She always promised you to stay with you until the last day of her life, right? Well, that's a lie. My mother taught me that. As Izuku getting hold of the kid out of his hair and lifting him up in front of Hawks. As Izuku said, yo, Hawks, how about you save this kid? As Hawks, immediately said, leave him alone, Midoriya. He didn't do anything. Yeah, he didn't do anything. Neither am I. I didn't do anything to deserve you to kill my mother. As he just throw the kid at Hawks. Hawks going to, catch the kid, but immediately Izuku sending a black wave of fire through the kid's chest and into Hawks, burning Hawks' chest while it's already killed the kid. As Hawks looking in front of him, he see the kid already dead on the ground, while he look back at Izuku with his sadistic smile, just tilting his head into the left side a little bit. As Izuku said, what? It's one kid, isn't it? I mean, it will not gonna be a big problem for your little safety commission to handle, right? It won't be a big problem as my mother knowing the truth about All Might injury and All for One, right? As Hawk said, what's happened to you, Izuku? What's happened to me? You are happened to me! You ruined my life! You ruined it from the first day! I always was sleeping in the night, knowing the truth, saying to myself that I am a dirty mother killer, that I killed my own mother with my own feet! While now, I know the truth that a hero has killed her. So if the heroes will gonna just go around and kill the mothers of an innocent child, I doesn't want to be a hero anymore. I rather to be a devil. And you also told me that my mother Neko and father William, were just working with the public safety commission, that they just being sent to me to take care of me as a little way of saying sorry, right? I'm gonna deal with them later, but now I think the heroes are coming, so Joker, are you coming with me? As Joker just taking the cigar out of his mouth and said, you bet your ass I am. Well, Bert boy, I'm going. See you around. As Izuku just start walking away while Hawk said, wait, Midoriya, but Izuku immediately go at him with a full speed and kick Hawk's head off of his body, as Hawk's head being thrown in front of All Might, that he finally has come into the scene, as he just looking down, seeing the head of Hawks with the surprised expression on it, the last expression that Hawks managed to do before he died. As Izuku just looking at All Might and said, don't look at me like this, All Might. Don't you know? Smile! The person that can always keep a smile on his face, he's always the strongest. Isn't that your words? Well, sorry, but I have to leave. And Izuku immediately smashed his leg into the ground, creating like a wall of black flames in front of him, giving him enough time for him and Joker to leave the place. As this one gonna leave it off, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Tell me what do you think about this part, and what do you think will gonna happen in the next part. Well, I have nothing more to say than Severed was here.